Yo, this is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, heavyweight champion of the world, and you're watching Real Fans, Real Talk.
Face facts, what up, what up? Real fans, realtalk.com. Where Arthur Diamonds, Trip Young, and intern Tom. For the white and black fans, Asia to Manhattan. I get all my facts from my bro, Mark the Stats Man. If you're not tuned in, I recommend the CAT scan. And if your brain checks out, then you deserve a backhand. Sports, gossip, all the hot topics. Real fans, realtalk.com got it. They got the hottest bloggers. Is Jeremy Lin hurt? Well, log onto the site and you can hear it from them first. I'm talking about the latest. I'm talking about the greatest. Go check out the archives. Even tell a neighbor. Tell him Bobby sent ya. From spring to winter. Tuning in should be the only thing on your agenda. Certified cosign. You know what I'm about, son. Real fans, realtalk.com. I'm out one. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, realtalk.com. Real fans, realtalk.com. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, realtalk.com. Real fans, realtalk.com.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another live episode of Real Fans, Real Talk. Of course, I'm Trip Young. We got a whole lot of sports to get into, and if you notice, the set looks a little bit different today. That's because we're trying something different today. Y'all know it's the Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor press conference going over at the Barclays Center, which is a couple of blocks away. So we got Statman and Ladybug on location over there. I told them to represent us well, and when they see McGregor, you tell them Trip Young is down with the money team, so they're going to get that done. But before we get into all the stuff that's going on this week, let me introduce my co-host, Eric Sanchez, Legend in 2 Games.
Legend in 2 Games. Y'all know what it is. Y'all see the shirt, man. You know who we rocking with.
You already. And then we got another special guest. Every once in a while, we like to bring the fans in because it's Real Fans, Real Talk. So we like to bring the fans in to chop it up with us. So D Barnes is in the building. He's going to be talking some sports with us today. We might as well start with the press conference really quick because we're gonna talk a little bit about that.
We're going to cut to it tonight, too. We're
We're
going to get over there. Yeah.
We're going to show y'all some of the footage from over there. We're going to go back and forth with the Facebook Live with Statman, and Ladybug will be on the Real Fans Real Talk Instagram Live. So make sure y'all are signed into your Instagram and on Facebook because they will be going live. They're probably live right now already over there. Mm-hmm. But if you've been watching the press conference, it's getting real crazy.
Oh, it's good.
Mayweather, you know, he told McGregor bet the check if he really about that life. What y'all think about that? Do you think that McGregor would bet his entire check for the fight?
Come on, man. He's not betting it. He's not betting it. But I mean, that's not a bad thing, though. I mean, he worked hard to put himself in this position. You're not gonna gamble it away on one night.
But as cocky as McGregor is, though.
Yeah, I'm doubling nothing.
You doubling up?
I'm doubling nothing.
When you eye to eye with TBE,
I'm doubling nothing.
Oh yeah.
You're not doubling up.
So I think so.
Eye to eye with 49
you saying
and
McGregor knows better?
Conor knows better.
Yeah, he knows
Floyd,
better.
We know Floyd to bet the check.
Oh yeah, Floyd
should bet the check.
But Floyd got it.
Floyd should bet the check.
We know Floyd to bet the check.
But then they can't bet the check because they checks ain't the same, so they can't really. They can't
go
check for check.
I mean,
he got to bet that IRS money though first. He got to put that.
Listen, we're not worried about that. I mean, listen. Bottom line, Conor, you can't bet the check because you gotta speak to Dana White before you can do anything anyway.
That's
you
true,
know what I'm saying? Floyd the boss, so Floyd don't need to speak to nobody to bet no check.
Go back to go to Floyd. McGregor, he got some people he got to speak to.
It's a couple people that got to get their money before Conor get his. So Conor got to speak to them before he put the purse up.
Now Conor he went back to this idea that Mayweather can't read.
Yeah.
And Mayweather did post a video showing him reading some stuff.
Xfinity.
From the promos that he was running.
Yeah. Now he didn't do, because 50 Cent originally, said he needed to read a page out of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And he would donate $100,000 for every page that he read. I don't think he ever did that. But at least we know Mayweather can read.
I like Floyd, but I think he memorized those lines.
I mean, he might have.
Put it out there. I'm just gonna put that out there.
He might have, but you know what? 50 can't donate money until he played Ross' baby mother. He still owe that money over there.
That's true.
So he really can't be donating no money till he take care of that.
I mean, but he good though. He filed the bankruptcy, and then now Power is
shout out to Power,
and they making a lot of money on that end. So he's actually good for right now. But they have rejuvenated the fight with these press conferences. Mayweather taking pictures with the flag, he posing with
Yeah.
it. McGregor going into the money bag,
Yeah.
talking about what is it, 5,000? This ain't nothing.
Yeah.
McGregor had the suit on, the FU suit with the pinstripes that everybody thought was pinstripes, but it was really it said FU going
Nah,
down.
Connor's been very creative through the first 2 stops. I'm very interested to see what he has tonight.
They in
But
Brooklyn,
he's been good. He's been good. He's been good these first 2 nights.
Because they in Brooklyn. He has been good. Here's the thing. We haven't actually seen Mayweather fight anyone who could talk as good as he can. We talking about two
Very
of the
true.
biggest trash talkers, definitely in combat sports, but maybe even in sports, period,
Like,
between these two
yeah,
guys,
two
two of the
top
biggest
10 guys of all
yeah,
time,
exactly,
yeah.
as far as trash talking
Yeah.
goes. So even though, a good percentage of people probably feel like, Mayweather's going to just wash him, he's coming over to boxing, you still want to see this fight because the way they are talking to each other, the trash talk is just is unbelievable, and
Classic
you want to see.
material.
I want to see. I mean, listen, McGregor said 4 rounds. He's knocking him out in 4 rounds. It's gonna be over. Now we know Mayweather. He usually starts dominating the fight after the 4th round.
Yeah.
So does that mean if McGregor doesn't knock him out within 4 rounds, that's it? It's over?
I mean, I don't think he's knocking him out within 4 rounds. That's first and foremost.
That's a fact. I don't think so.
Yeah. Secondly, I mean, I think it's going to be a filling out process on both ends, but Floyd is going to dominate most of the fight because it's probably going to take 5 or 6 rounds just to get used to circling the ring.
I mean,
Yeah.
you forget it's not only circling the ring. Conor usually fights 3 or 5 rounds.
Yeah,
of fights.
his conditioning
when
is
has he ever
completely
gone
different.
12
Yeah.
rounds?
So I think unless he's just going for the gusto early, but then if he does that, I mean, then Floyd would just wait him out and then pick him apart the last 7 to 8 rounds of the fight anyway.
And that's the thing. I mean, we're talking about, even if you don't want to give Mayweather, if you don't want to say he's the best ever, he's the greatest, he's still the greatest defensive fighter.
Yes,
absolutely,
of all time.
Absolutely.
And here's the thing, and we talked about this before, but when you're dealing with Mayweather, everybody, I mean, with the exception of De La Hoya, but just because they have that beef going back and forth. But once you step out of the ring with Mayweather, these guys say the same thing. He's a lot faster than I thought he was, and he's a lot stronger than I thought he was. And I think that's where, McGregor is, I think his arrogance of thinking he's just going to stop MMA, jump into the sport of boxing, take on the top dog in boxing. Because Mayweather's still the top in boxing. Year off or not, he's still the #1 guy in boxing. And that's going to be it. He's just going to have his way with Floyd Mayweather. And that's not going to be the case. You have to hit this man. I don't care how hard you punch. If you can't catch Mayweather, it doesn't matter. And we've seen Pacquiao, we've seen Canelo, we've seen De La Hoya, Mosley, we've seen all these guys throw 100 punches versus Floyd Mayweather, and what is he doing? He's either ducking and dodging, he's giving you the Mayweather shoulder
roll.
you hitting the shoulder, and that's it. So I don't understand, with Conor McGregor. I mean, I understand from the standpoint of that paycheck he wants to get. So yeah, he's going to talk a good game, but does he realistically? Has he psyched himself up to that point where he's realistically thinks he's going to come in and beat one of the greatest boxers of all time, and he's just coming into the fight?
Well, I'm sure deep down he probably does. I mean, there's a guy who fights.
Well, you
got to
think that.
But you fight for a living, so you know what I mean. You inflict enough punishment, you're gonna feel like I can do that to anybody if I can land.
Yeah.
So he may feel in his heart of heart, if I can land, I can really do damage to this guy.
But that's the thing.
But
go
again,
back to Diaz,
but we know. But listen, we know that it's two completely
Diaz
different.
has a long range though.
Yeah, but it's
He
two
does.
completely different things.
But he has problems with guys that have those
That can
hand
box.
skills, that can box. And I want to go back, and I know this is two different. This is the women's, but going back to the first time Ronda Rousey lost to Holly Holm, she lost to someone who was a trained
traditional boxer.
Technical boxer.
and she could not do anything with Holly Holm. Her hands was just too much, and then the kick came in after that.
Yeah.
But when it was just straight, fist to fist, she couldn't do nothing with Holly Holm.
I just think, Conor's going to struggle anyway because he's got to get used to the ring, and he enjoys you coming at him.
Yeah.
When he knocked out Jose Aldo real quick, it was because Aldo was aggressive. When he
That
beat
ain't
up on
Mayweather.
Nate Diaz was aggressive. Nate Diaz tried to
He
take the
felt
fight to
con-
him,
yeah, he felt
and he was able to just
confident.
maintain distance and land the left hand at will.
Yep.
Floyd is the complete opposite. Floyd, as the
exactly.
favorite in the fight, can sit back and say, "You got to beat me,
Yeah,
so you
you
got to
came
bring it to
here.
me." And so
came
the
here.
moment he comes in and starts missing, that's where the frustration comes in. All the guys
then
say
you
the
make a
same
mistake.
thing.
I was definitely going to add on to that as well. I mean, UFC is a situation where it's all aggression. You're going directly after your fighter, and I feel like regardless if you're fighting a featherweight, it's a defensive fight. Connor's not used to getting embarrassed like that. He's not used to swinging
you're
and
absolutely
missing
right.
and
You're
getting
absolutely
countered.
right.
You got guys going for his legs, jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
He's never faced someone who's a fighter, let alone someone like Floyd.
And you gotta stand up. There's no dipping down, grabbing, and all of that. You gotta stand up. and fight.
It's going to be tough, very tough for Conor. But I mean, outside the ring, this is a win-win for Conor.
Oh yeah.
One, you a household name because anybody who wasn't into MMA now knows who you are.
Because
The payday is crazy.
Yes.
Right. So now this opens you up to so many different things
Advertising.
away from the sport.
that's a fact.
So outside the ring, and that's why I appreciate the fact that Conor has come so prepared at these press conferences because
we
he's
know
turned
that.
himself into a household name now.
We knew that. We knew that.
Yeah,
that was
so
gonna be the
he's
case.
a household name, no ifs, ands, or buts about
I
it.
think as long as he doesn't get knocked out early in the fight, whether he wins or loses, he's gonna be good.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen either.
Regardless.
I think any stoppage from Floyd, because it could happen. I know a lot of people say, oh, Floyd doesn't have a lot of power. But if you get hit with enough combinations, you're going down.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
He went down from Diaz.
Yeah, you get hit
know
with
what I
enough
mean?
combinations, you go down.
It's not even
But
Floyd's powers. It's broken hands he's had for the past 10 years.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. But
Yeah.
you wear an opponent down the same way Floyd did to Ricky Hatton, and then you stop him late in the fight.
And then that's it.
So that's where the aggressive and being careless and swinging
gonna
wild,
embarrass
thinking I'm
him.
just going to land on this guy,
Yeah.
could come back and hurt you.
I'm looking forward to it. Now, Derek, from the fans' point of view, we got another $100 pay-per-view. Do you feel like the fight is worth $100?
I don't feel like it's worth $25. I mean, you got two people here that are almost billionaires, if you will. This is a situation that's going to be streamed. I mean, you got advertising. Nobody's winning except for the two fighters. So I don't think it's a fan type of a buy. It's something that they've kind of, boxing is digging into the barrel of nothing less than they found this fight. So this is probably the last pay-per-view you're going to find in the next 5 years, I think.
Is
I don't-
there
that's a little
any,
harsh. I don't
any
know, but-
fight
You have Andre
that's
Ward,
worth
maybe.
$100?
$100 fight?
I mean,
That's worth
but
$100.
That's what I'm saying.
the price tag is extreme.
Yeah.
But I don't think that this is the last big pay-per-view within boxing.
It's the last $100 pay-per-view for the next 5 years. Who else do you have?
No, I mean, well, all right. So if Triple G and Canelo have a great fight in September, the rematch for that wouldn't be worth $100.
I don't think so.
Why wouldn't it?
Triple G and Floyd would be $100.
But that's too complete.
and that's not
that
gonna
fight is
happen.
way too big.
That ain't gonna happen.
I mean,
It's the same
No.
magnitude as this
no.
right here?
No, I'm saying as the size of the opponent.
talking about weight class?
Yeah,
Yeah,
weight class.
understandable.
Triple
That's what
G
I
is
want.
way
Floyd would
bigger.
have to go up.
And
I mean,
Floyd's
pounds,
Floyd
I
is going up now
Yeah.
Yeah.
to fight
But
Conor.
he's not gonna go up
So
to
he would
fight
have to go up
Triple
to
G.
another about 10 to 12 pounds
That's
to fight
what I'm
Triple
saying.
G.
It's
He's
not
gonna
gonna bring that
and
draw.
Yeah, but I think
Triple
Canelo-
G is gonna come down.
I think Canelo Triple G. I think the first fight is going to be amazing, and I think the lead up to the second fight would be worth a $100 fight.
Well,
Both of those guys in their prime.
it has to go to distance. It has to go to because if one of those guys is knocked out in the first 3 rounds, nobody's gonna pay $100 to see the rematch.
I don't agree. I think people would. I mean, to this day, people still talk about Hagler Hearns, and that didn't go past 4 rounds.
Yeah.
And that was one of the classic fights. That was just a brawl for 4 rounds before Hearns got
But
knocked
you're
out.
forgetting these are the days of internet. Hagler Hearns, you couldn't go and stream the fight the next day.
Well,
No.
You had to get out your pocket. I just
Yeah.
really feel that in this market, Mayweather is your last big ticket.
For a
I mean,
while, because it's gonna take guys, a while to get to that Mayweather stature. And the thing is, the reason why it's hard because again, there's no one in the sport of boxing who can talk
Who's
the
a
fight
mouthpiece,
up
yes.
like Mayweather.
That
That's where
aspect
the problem
is going to be
Yes.
very tough.
with that.
You need your own promoter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that part of it is going to be very tough.
Because
But
he says it. Mayweather says it all the time. Like he don't want to have to do all of that extra stuff, but there has not been an opponent that he's faced who can really talk that game like Mayweather can. And this is why it's either you want to watch to see Mayweather win, you want to watch to
It's
see
polarizing.
him, but you
Of
want to
course.
watch because Mayweather talks the fight up so much. And that's the thing. Well, now we're losing that. We're losing the biggest blockbuster because I doubt this is it. This is it for Mayweather. I really because he
50.
already said he's not coming out to fight unless it's non-figure paycheck. And there's no one in the sport of boxing right now that he's going to fight and get a non-figure paycheck. So that might be for a little while until we get, some of these guys built up. Maybe, or maybe if the heavyweight division comes back, maybe Deontay Wilder, if he can get, because Deontay Wilder will sell a fight, but there has to be some competition in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, and there's not another name opponent there, so it's tough.
And then you got these guys testing positive for drugs, which is messing up different fights in that division. It's kind of like we're gonna be at a standstill for a little while. But either way, it's gonna be exciting. August 26th. It's going to be an entertaining fight. I'll say that it's definitely going to be entertaining. Again, I think we're all kind of in unison on Mayweather taking this fight.
Yeah.
And then right after that, we got Triple G versus Canelo, which I do think is going to be a really good fight.
Good fight.
Those guys are looking. I mean, they both looking for the knockout. They're both talking about they're going to knock out the other guy. So boxing has a good couple of months, coming up. And then after that, then it's going to be quiet for a little while. I want to see Danny Garcia get back in the ring, though. And Keith Thurman when he comes back after he's facing a little injury
Andre
right now.
Ward as well.
Andre Ward, who just had a great fight against Kovalev. A big stoppage.
If he was a mouthpiece, he'd sell.
Exactly.
He would definitely. He's a very humble, quiet guy, but if he was a mouthpiece, $100 buy-in.
If he could, if he talked. And that, that's one thing, with boxing, you really have to market yourself. It's all about that branding yourself because that's pretty much it. It's not, with the NBA, they're marketing because it's about the league. With boxing, since it's more of an individual sport, you have to be able to market yourself.
Yes.
And that's, we saw it a little bit with Adrian Broner with the brush in his hand, the ring, and all of that. But then once you start losing, it don't matter what you say. You can only win like that if you're going to be talking and then back it up.
But he was also from the school of Mayweather.
In the ring.
He was a Mayweather
He was from the school.
The school.
But
he dropped out of 11th grade.
Yeah, he dropped out early. He didn't get his diploma.
He was a couple credits short.
Yeah, he mastered.
He got a good fight coming up soon too.
But yeah, he does.
With,
Which is
Mikey
actually
Garcia.
going down at the Barclays
Center
as well. So that's going to be Barclays Center is winning right now, man. They got everything going on over there.
They got the Nets too. They winning with everything.
Exactly. Don't listen. I don't like your tone right now. I don't like how you said that right now. I don't like your tone.
I'm just throwing it out there. We saw Trip had tonight.
You said that. All right?
They winning with everything.
That's right. It's Brooklyn. All right, that's how Brooklyn do. Okay, that's why we got Statman and Ladybug.
I'm sure everybody at home is excited about the Mozgov and D'Angelo Russell.
Yo, D'Angelo Russell is the future. All right, that's the future right there.
Mozgov and Russell running the break together. We can get right
now. We rebuilding, man, but Brooklyn gonna support its own. All right, so we rebuilding. We gonna get there
with Damari Carroll on the wing.
And in any event, since you done took a shot at Brooklyn right now, we did have the ESPYs that went down. Aaron Rodgers, best NFL athlete, wifey for lifey, baby boo Serena. She's still the best steak smoking on the tennis courts. Shout out to my sister-in-law Venus as well. Right now, she won earlier today at Wimbledon. She's moving on to the final, so we're gonna see. We pulling for. I think I may go out and support, but we'll see how that goes. But LeBron, best NBA player. Durant, best championship performance. But one thing, when we talked about this on the way over, the Peyton Manning, the intro speech, he got at Kevin Durant something crazy. Now, Eric, you was telling me that they say it was staged. For him to do that. I hope it was staged because if it wasn't staged and Kevin Durant was really like a sore sport like that,
sour puss.
Yeah, that would be.
I don't think it was staged.
Nah, they released it earlier that they had already coordinated behind the scenes.
Yeah?
Westbrook was in on it as well. And as I was explaining the trip, when I first saw it, I thought the same thing, like, wow. But then when you see Durant's mom laughing about it, like you kind of tell like they were just having a good time with it. But it was cool though. It was cool.
And you guys know when the ESPYs come around, that means the Rifties are coming around, which means that next Thursday when we come back, everybody's gonna be dressed up, suits. We're gonna have a couple of performances here, and we got our own awards to give out. And the only thing I'm gonna let you guys know right now about with the Rifties is that Peyton Manning has been selected as the Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. So he's gonna get the Real Fans Real Talk Award, the Lifetime Achievement Award. He's had a great career, 2 Super Bowls with 4 or 5 MVPs.
His brother's better.
You know, Omaha.
Excuse me?
Only in the
Brother's
playoffs.
better.
Brother's better at what?
When it matters.
In the playoffs, he is.
When it matters.
In the playoffs, Eli has.
Are we serious right now?
When it matters.
Are we really having this discussion?
When it matters. It's just a statement.
He definitely.
How is he better? They got the same
definitely
amount of
has.
Super Bowls. Peyton's been to more Super Bowls. Peyton's had more wins
I'd
in the
rather
playoffs.
win 2 Super Bowls and go to 2 Super Bowls than win 2 Super Bowls and go to 54 of them.
Well, first of all, Peyton went to 4, so he took 4 different head coaches, which no other player has ever done.
But he didn't win 4.
He won
That's
2.
what I'm saying. He's a great guy.
He won 2.
Exactly.
And I know what you're gonna say. Oh, well, Denver, the defense won.
No,
Eli's first Super Bowl,
Hold
the
on.
Giant defense won that.
I was
as
gonna
well.
go LeBron and Mike with rings.
Wait a minute.
I mean, we can go that
We had Eli in the fourth quarter leading them down the field.
throwing
with
that pass to
amazing-
David Tyree.
With amazing drive now.
The only catch
gotta-
of David Tyree's career.
Okay, but you
Came
gotta
in
get,
time.
But you got to get the ball.
Came
It was
in time.
actually it was Plexico that caught the touchdown.
Yeah, it was Plex.
that won the game.
People
gotta
downplay
You
that.
got to get the ball down court. So can we even really count the?
We're gonna tune in.
The last one.
They
We're gonna go straight live.
Yeah, we're going over the Barclays. Actually,
We going
people.
in, baby.
We're going over.
Oh wait,
all right.
Not yet,
Jumping
Brooklyn. I
the
thought we
gun.
did it. We didn't do it yet, Brooklyn. But we gonna get there.
We're gonna go there in a second. All right, let me finish
Back to
this
Peyton.
off right
Back to
here though. Let me
Peyton.
finish this off
Back to
right here.
Peyton.
Y'all bugging, all right? Eli Manning is nowhere near as good as his brother. All right, that's first and foremost. Eli Manning, if you even rank the best quarterbacks over the last 20 years, he's not in the top 15. Eli Manning not even the best
Yeah, we're just talking
quarterback.
about the playoffs.
He said the playoffs.
I'm talking about when it matters. Like,
When
you
it
don't
matters.
watch like certain sports until the playoffs, finals, unless you're diehard.
Yeah.
When it's time to tune into the world, Eli's king.
So Robert Horry got more rings than LeBron, so he better than LeBron.
Robert's the man.
No.
So why?
He's not better- he's not
so
better
why
than-
are
I
we
didn't say
focusing
Sixers
on
better than
one
LeBron.
small portion of the
Because
game?
that's the playoffs.
Well, you say Robert Horry's a little more
And
different.
Peyton
because
has
you're talking
won
about-
more in the playoffs.
I say Robert Horry's a little more
He
different.
won-
You're talking about a
he won
swing
more.
player.
He's won more games in the playoffs.
Super Bowls.
He's been to more Super Bowls.
He's a
and they
quarterback.
got the same
He's
amount
the
of-
leader of the team. Horry's not the leader of the team.
He's also.
But you're saying when it matters.
He's also had.
So
had
Robert
a
Horry's been
couple
more
of-
clutch than LeBron
He's
James.
also had a couple
Plays
of
less minutes.
Robert.
Oh, now he plays less
It's
minutes.
fact.
Eli Manning's played less games.
Yeah, but if we're talking
got
about
more
as,
to it,
as
too.
far as getting the ball down the field and winning in Super Bowls, Eli is undefeated in Super Bowls. 2-0.
What?
And he
I
beat,
can't believe
he
I'm
beat-
listening to
he
this.
If I
beat
was
the
playing
team
pickup football, I'd pick Peyton.
So you
But
telling
if I'm in
me
the playoffs, I'm picking Eli.
y'all bugging? Y'all homers. That's what that is.
Yeah, no.
Y'all
Oh,
homers.
I don't go
Y'all
for the Giants.
bugging.
I'm a Raider
You're
guy.
bugging.
I'm a Raider fan.
Listen, all right.
You telling me in a
Rich
playoff
Gannon.
game
Yeah, in the playoffs,
you would rather have Eli over Peyton Manning?
I would take a Eli-led Giants team over a Peyton-led.
I take Rich Gannon over
Peyton-
Peyton Manning.
Cliff.
Eli is
Cliff,
undefeated.
we gonna need
against-
ammo to set the bar up because I'm gonna need
Eli
a strong drink after
undefeated
this.
against the guy
This is ridiculous.
That
Embarrass his
Peyton Manning
brothers.
has the most
Yeah.
trouble with. Against the team.
His
Wait,
little
wait,
brother,
wait. Stop.
has to beat up
Stop.
the big brother's bully.
Really,
Against
really.
the team.
So
Little brother has to beat up big
So let me
brother's
ask you a
bully.
question.
He had to call Baby D.
AFC and
Beat Tom
AFC
Brady.
and AFC championship games. What's Peyton's record against Tom Brady?
Oh,
Because if you can't answer that, then we ain't got
AFC
nothing to talk about.
AFC championship
We can stay quiet the
games,
rest of the
what's
show. We ain't got nothing
Peyton's
to talk about.
record about time against Tom Brady.
AFC championship games. When
Against-
when the money's on the line and
Against
it,
the
That's not the
Patriots?
money.
No, hold on.
I feel
Hear
like
me out.
I feel like
no.
I'm listening. I heard
Listen
you
what I'm
say
saying.
it.
Listen what I'm saying.
Okay.
For Peyton and Tom,
Okay.
that's the money because in order to get the Super Bowl, yes, it is. They can't play
That's
each other in
not
the
for
Super Bowl.
Tom.
They can't play each other in
Tom
the Super
went
Bowl.
19 and 0.
They can't play each other in the Super Bowl. So that's what for them.
That's
Hold on.
Peyton's Super Bowl.
No.
That's
Who's-
Peyton's
no,
Super
no.
Bowl. That's
Who's-
never Tom's Super Bowl.
Who stopped the Patriots from having a perfect season? No, it wasn't Peyton.
Eli, well, giant defense more than Eli. Eli didn't even throw for 200 yards in that game.
He didn't have to.
Listen.
He
Eli
didn't-
won
because
the
their
game.
defense carried them.
He won the
I'm-
game. He led
listen,
them down the field.
I didn't
He
say
won
that
the
about the
game.
Broncos.
I'm not. What I'm saying is
we're not even gonna talk about the Broncos defense.
But what I'm
'cause we all
saying to
know
you is,
that was
see,
the
y'all trying to
Broncos
shift the
defense.
narrative now.
No.
You still haven't answered my question.
I tried to.
No.
I tried
Peyton
to.
Manning has never played in the NFC, right?
I tried to.
Can we agree on that?
Well, my
Yeah,
point,
hold
my
on,
point
hold on.
was,
Just- okay.
My point was, I know they can't face each other in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But Peyton knows that he's not going to get past Tom Brady.
Really?
So, wait,
So
let
answer my
me
question.
get to my answer. He knows that this is his Super Bowl. Tom Brady, this is a regular season game when he plays Peyton Manning. Tom Brady
you
only
serious?
cares about the Super Bowl.
Are you serious?
He only cares about the
So
Super Bowl.
and again, so answer my and when they play in the AFC Championship with the money on the line in the AFC, What's Tom Brady's record against Peyton Manning?
You probably know better than me since I'm a fan. And I'd say Peyton's probably got more wins.
We gonna
but
wait.
I know Brady has more rings.
No. Answer my question. Don't switch the narrative.
That's the answer.
No. But that is not the answer.
But if I say
a simple question.
If I say Peyton has more wins, what does that matter when Brady has more rings?
No. Answer my question first.
What is your question?
My question to you for the 4th time. Their record in the AFC Championship game. For the 5th time, their record in the AFC Championship game. Peyton Manning's team against Tom Brady's team.
Okay.
Who has the better record?
If I say Peyton Manning, which is probably the answer, it wouldn't matter because that's not for all the money. That's for all Peyton's money.
No, that's not. Because in order for Brady to get to the Super Bowl,
but Brady's always looking past Peyton because
how is he looking past him when he's 1-3?
It's just like Jordan. Jordan doesn't play for
Tom Brady
the
is
playoffs.
1-3 against Peyton Manning in AFC Championship games.
Now, did he win in the Super Bowl every time he passed the?
That's my point.
Two of the 3 times he did.
That's my point.
Okay, no.
2 of the 3 times.
1 of the 3 times he did.
No.
The other time, because like you said, hold on. But like you just said,
y'all bugging. Y'all homers. Y'all so homers. Y'all can't even stick to the
narrative.
Hold on. You just sat up here and said the Giants
because
defense.
Yes, and I said that to start this conversation that the Broncos defense led Peyton to the second one.
Are you trying to compare the Giants defense to the Denver Broncos defense? Because there's not even a comparison.
I'm not comparing the 2 defenses.
That's what you call the 2 defenses winning the Super Bowl.
I'm not comparing the
defense because Peyton had 100 and something yards. He barely could get the ball down the field.
And Eli had the same thing.
No. Eli was getting the ball down the field. Eli won the game.
If you can look up the stats for Eli in that first Super Bowl, I believe Eli finished with about 175, 180 yards.
Let's look at
it. And since we want to go deep into whose defense was better, right? The Patriots had the number 1 offense, was a historically great offense that year. And the Giant defense, led by Strahan, O.C. Umenyiora, Justin Tuck, were the ones who kept the Patriots at bay so that the Giants could stay in the game. So that Eli could make the pass.
And who won the game?
Who won the game? Eli needed 1 drive.
Who won the game?
Eli needed 1 drive. Just like Peyton only needed 1 drive. Peyton only needed 1 or 2 drives.
But Eli won the game for them.
Bottom line, their defense won the game for them. Their defense won the game for them. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
If Eli turns over the football, do the Giants still win? No, because they're down.
He turned over the football early in that game, and there was a play in the 4th quarter, and Cliff could look it up, where Asante Samuel dropped the interception that would have ended the game.
Talking about defenses, do you think Peyton's have had better offenses than Eli?
For the most part. I'm not going to say all around, but for the most part.
Well, that's the whole season. That's the whole career.
Eli's had better defenses than Peyton.
I'm talking about offenses. I say they both. But it's Eli's had better defenses
overall, yes. Peyton's best defenses were his last 2 years with Denver.
So since Eli has a worse offense and Peyton still throws the same amount of yards as Eli,
he doesn't throw the same amount of yards.
You told me they was comparable.
And we're talking that one game.
In that
one game.
That's the first Super Bowl versus.
Yes, if you compare Eli's first Super Bowl to Peyton's last, yes, their stats are very similar. But you're also comparing a quarterback who was in his mid-20s to a quarterback who was 41.
But you also have somebody throwing to David Tyree and somebody throwing to Marvin Harrison. And someone
he didn't have Marvin Harrison in his last Super Bowl.
Well, I'm
he
talking
had
about first
Demarius Thomas. What did he have Decker still in that one?
Nah, Decker was off. They had Thomas and Sanders.
And Sanders. Okay, so he had some really good receivers. And when he won his first one, he had a top
the first one, yes,
receiver
absolutely. The first one was a great offensive team.
Then you add in Reggie Wayne.
The first
and then who's my slant guy?
Stokely on the first one, yes.
Yeah, the whole team.
Yes, but again,
Clark.
Overall, yes, Peyton's offensive have been a little better.
I think that's tremendously better.
No, not tremendously better. No.
Yeah.
No, because
Shockey stands up with Clark.
First of all, hold on. First of all,
Peyton has had a top 5 receiver on his entire career.
Yeah.
And Eli had better running games.
Who? They had Edgerrin James.
They didn't win the Super Bowl with Edgerrin James.
The last time
they had Edgerrin James for 4 years.
When's the last time the Giants had a good running back?
When y'all beat the Patriots the second time, and y'all had a 3-headed monster of Bradshaw, Ward, and who was the third guy on? And Jacobs. And Jacobs.
That was a very good running back.
Which one of those was great? They just had 3 decent running backs.
All right, and so name me, and aside from Edgerrin James, name me a Peyton Manning running back.
Joseph Adai.
He wasn't better than either one of those guys.
Yeah.
No, he was not.
I think he was.
Stop.
Individual.
I'm a Colts fan. He was not better than any of those guys. He was not better than any of those guys. This is the second Super Bowl.
That's the where we at. Eli 290 was at 296 and a touchdown.
Yeah, but this is the second Super Bowl because Aaron Hernandez wasn't on the first Super Bowl.
We gotta go. We gotta get the stats on the
Brash.
first Super Bowl.
Come on, Cliff.
Come
You
on.
don't try to don't hit me with the okie doke, baby. Don't try to hit me with the okie doke. I know these things, man. You gonna try to slip Aaron Hernandez in there?
Listen.
I don't want to talk ill of the dead. You know, I don't want to do that.
When y'all get that back up, we'll go back to it. But right now, we're gonna shift
shoot over to the Barclays
because we had the MLB All-Star game.
Oh, I thought.
Are y'all ready? Y'all ready for us to go over to the Barclays Center yet? Now,
Donna's still doing push-ups.
So we're gonna go to the All-Star game right now. Okay, the youngin, New York Yankees, Aaron Judge demolished the competition in the home run derby. It was not even close. 23 in the first round, 11 in the second, and 13, I believe it was, and to win.
Great, had an amazing performance.
Did they have time limits on it now this time? I called
4
Yeah.
minutes. Yeah.
4 minutes, and then if you hit in the first 2 rounds, if you hit one home run 440 feet or farther, you get an extra 30 seconds, and then in the last round,
you got to hit two over, yeah.
Okay, and then the last round it's 2.
Yeah.
You have to hit to get the extra 30 seconds. Basically, Aaron Judge probably, if you calculate everything, he probably had a good 4.5 minutes left over that he could have still been hitting home runs. I mean, it wasn't even fair. It wasn't fair. I wanted to see. I'm not gonna front. I wanted to see.
Nah, we can't say that though, Trip. The competition was good. His first round against Justin Boyd was very good,
but it wasn't close.
How the first one? He needed the extra time to beat Justin Boyd in the first round.
It was tied up.
No, it wasn't. They actually didn't count the one that hit the light. I thought they did.
No, I'm saying it was tied up going into the overtime period.
No, it wasn't. If you look back, I thought the same thing. Remember he hit the one that hit the light that should have been counted as a home run. They didn't count it
because it hit the light.
Yeah, but he needed the extra time.
Well, they wanted to make it interesting.
But his first matchup was really good, and then second and third he just kind of put him away.
It was just crazy.
But I wasn't surprised. I'm one to pat myself on the back because I'm arrogant like that. I said it was going to be Judge and Sano in the finals. I said that. You can check the IG. I wrote it up, and it happened to be that way. And
I was actually, the big matchup everybody wanted to see was Giancarlo Stanton versus Aaron Judge. I wanted to see Aaron Judge versus Gary Sanchez just so it could be an all Yankees finals.
Or New York thing.
But Sanchez did take out Stanton early in the first round. He beat him by 1 home run.
Mm-hmm.
He just got tired after that though, and then Aaron Judge was just amazing.
Yeah, he was a monster, man.
He got that. Then we go into the All-Star game. He didn't get a hit in the All-Star game, but the American League still won. Thanks to a former Yankee
who wants to come back now.
Who wants to come back
now.
I'm not mad at Robbie for that. Kenosha, listen, we'll welcome you back, man. You gotta take a pay cut though.
I guess the great Northwest isn't as great as he thought it was going to be.
I mean, listen, he got the check though. He got the check.
Rock Nation.
So I'm not even mad, but
he ain't got nothing to spend it on now.
Listen, they got some stuff in Seattle. He can go to the
have a lot in Seattle. They pass a
Seahawks
lot of laws.
Yeah,
he can hang out with Richard Sherman.
Man, y'all looking at this all wrong, man. Robbie Cano, he want to go hang out at the Heights, man. He want to go in the Heights. He want to go spend his money on the nice Dominican and Puerto Rican women over there, and they just ain't got that in Seattle. They just ain't got that.
They got rain, if that means anything.
A lot of Netflix and chill. That's all they got.
Hey, listen.
What we got? What we got coming up?
Are we ready to go? What we got
Over
going
to Brooklyn.
on? It's going down. All right.
Oh, we got the stats of the first Giants Super Bowl.
Oh, there we go.
All right, let's see what we got. Let's pull it up on the screen. Oh, come on, man. We got blinders on back here.
Armani Tuma.
Can we zoom in? What's up? I can't even. I got to get up and look at the screen for that. Can Cliff? Could you read it to us? Could you read it off the numbers? Where we at, man?
Eli had 255.
255.
Okay, so he had more. He had about 60 more yards than I thought.
2 touchdowns,
put some
1
respect
pick.
on my man name.
He had
put some respect on his name. Put some respect on his name.
19 for 34.
I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong. His stats were better than I thought there. His stats were better.
Right.
The Giant defense, I still give them most of the credit, but his stats were much better than I thought.
They
I will say that.
That's a sick Patriot offense there, too.
That's why I said the Giant defense. If you look at if we look at the sacks they had and the pressures, they were in Tom Brady's face all game.
Yeah, no, listen.
But his numbers were a little better than I thought. I thought he was around 180, 190 tops. I thought he was better than I thought.
Hey, well, I'm glad you put some respect on my man's
I mean,
name
listen,
right now.
unlike some fans here, I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong, baby.
Nah, listen, I admit when I'm wrong all the time. Listen, I'm just not
Trip's
wrong
still
that
holding a
often.
bad NBA prediction over my head from last year.
I'm just not wrong.
He's still
after that.
holding. He's still holding a
Listen.
bad pick from last year over my head, man. It is what it is, man.
We moving past that, man. We moving past that. We got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of records being broken right now in Major League Baseball, and especially with Aaron Judge. And we haven't really talked about Aaron Judge. We talked about Aaron Judge, but we haven't really gone in depth with what he's actually been able to do this season. But as far as his hitting goes, I mean, it's amazing what he's doing right now. He's already he broke DiMaggio's record for home runs for a Yankee rookie. He's got 30.
Wow.
As far as the total number for home runs in the season for rookies in general is McGuire with 49, and he's
he
on
was
pace.
juicing. He was juicing.
He's on pace right now.
Why was juicing back then?
I mean,
Definitely
he might have been
juicing.
juicing at
no,
that
he
point,
probably
too.
was.
He
That's
probably
when they was calling themselves the Bash Brothers in Oakland. So
exactly.
yeah, he probably
we
was.
got the Bash Brothers in New York right now with Sanchez
man.
and Aaron Judge.
How many games are we in right now into the season?
We
halfway
are
through, right?
halfway
Or
through.
little past the halfway mark.
So I mean,
he's got a legit shot though to get the 49 and then some.
Oh, definitely in 49. He's definitely going to break the rookie record.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's in Sammy Sosaville, huh?
yeah, I'd love him to double up and just get the straight 60 for the season. And that's what it's going to take. He has to keep, in order to keep the Yankees hot right now. I mean, he's in contention for the Triple Crown right now. I think at this point, there's not no one even close to getting the American League Rookie of the Year.
Nah,
in comparison to Aaron Judge. I think that's pretty much a lock. If he sat the rest of the season, he'd probably still get that award. He's the favorite right now for the American League MVP, and like I said, he's also in contention to get the Triple Crown as well. Which I mean, it's just amazing what this kid is doing. You got the commissioner talking about Aaron Judge. Potentially, he's been in the new face of Major League Baseball, and I think it's fitting. He's a Yankee, That's right. Derek Jeter retires. We pass the torch on to another Yankee. He's a class act. He looks like a clean cut kid. I mean, everybody on the Yankees is clean cut because that's how Steinbrenner has it.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, it's amazing.
Johnny Damon was clean cut.
When he came to the Yankees, yeah.
You
got to clean up.
Not like Doc Gooden wasn't taking the young kids around the town.
Clean up. All right,
we got it. Oh, okay.
We going in? We going to the video?
I had Brooklyn.
Here we go.
Oh, he's Brooklyned out.
You got Tim's on? Hold on. We got. What is it? He got a snake on his jacket? What is that? He got a mink though.
He came out with the mink and no shirt. That's how he feeling.
It's Brooklyn, so he got.
I'm digging it. No, I'm digging it. He got his whole cocaine Cowboys look, and I'm digging it. I can dig it. You know what I'm saying, with the shades on.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him. I'm not.
He's
mad
definitely waiting for like a square grouper in the corner out there.
I'm not mad at all.
He waiting to meet up with Dominguez. He got 8 keys coming through. I can dig it, McGregor.
He got his shades on.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Go to room 112. Tell him Blanco
Yeah.
They say, who is that? They say that's the guy that we
Hey,
tried
now.
to get the fight, Floyd Mayweather. When they say Floyd Mayweather, they say that's an all-time great.
TBE.
Money isn't everything. Money is the only thing.
Only thing, baby.
Baby, bro. About to go down, man. August 26th. I ain't gonna pay for it, but I will watch it.
Come around once in a lifetime.
I ain't gonna tell you how to watch it.
Come on, man. Can't put the sauce on the line out there.
I do everything better than every boxer. Everything. Never cry, never complain, just work. I will always find a way to win.
Shout out to Statman and Ladybug. They out there holding us down.
And no one is taking this away from
baby.
me. And no one is taking this away from me.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Here we go.
introducing the former 5-division world champion from
That's
Las
right.
Vegas, Nevada.
The money team
Ladies and
coming up.
gentlemen, here is
Y'all know nothing about the money team.
undisputed top attraction. Please welcome the undefeated 11-time champion of the
You hear that, Mcgregor?
world, Floyd Money.
Let's see what Mayweather got on today. He got his book bag. You better have 100,000 in the book bag today. He was kind of short the other day, so I wasn't feeling that too much. So I need at least 100,000. Wait, now, is it okay? Like, if Mayweather wanted to put the money to his ear and take a picture, can you do it still?
Nah, Floyd can do it.
Alright,
No,
I'm thinking
no disrespect to Jay. I love
Okay.
Jay, but if Floyd is talking into the money phone, it's actual conversation going
Okay,
down.
all right. That's what I'm wondering.
Him and 50
because
started that too.
Yeah, because I mean they've been doing it for a while. And first of all, and I do want to shout out to Jay-Z. I posted on Instagram. He released 444, his latest album. Great album.
Classic.
Platinum already. In 5 days it went platinum. Brooklyn is winning again. You know, Jay got Rock Nation. He got Rock Nation Sports. I said, whatever Jay-Z touches, you know, it just you know,
Gold.
It goes. If you bump into Jay-Z, you know, play the lotto right after that, because you might win yourself a couple of dollars. But it's definitely going down on August 26th, and I mean the fighters. I can't wait. They're gonna be talking that smack. That's what I like to see, man. You gotta have that smack talk in the boxing room. It's gonna make the fight that much better. I just don't know what McGregor is really gonna do once he gets in that ring. I mean, we're talking about 49 men have tried, and 49 men have failed. And we're talking about some of the top boxers in the sport of boxing. And McGregor think he gonna come in and just move past all those guys and beat Mayweather. I don't know, man. He lost his mind on that one. But you know, maybe it's enough kicks to the heads, the submissions and all that got him, you know, bugging out. So, and here comes Mayweather with the flag. He got
That's how you got to do it, though.
he coming out with the flag. Oh man, if Young Metro don't trust you, it's going down. You know?
I have a feeling he's going to incorporate that somehow into his ring attire that night.
Oh yeah,
Because, you know, he's done that. Remember, he came out with the Mexican attire for De La Hoya.
Yeah, man. Mayweather will find a way.
He'll find a way to incorporate that.
Exactly. It's definitely going down right now.
We need to get the TMT shirts that got the Irish flag on it, right? That's going to be the next step. Those should be going up on the shop, too.
If he do that, he got to give you copyright on that. You said it first.
I'm going to have to, you know, hit him.
It's documented. It's
documented.
TV.
Let's send this over to Leonard Ellaby and them over there.
Yeah, word.
At Mayweather Promotions, man.
So get it together, man, because we need to check right here on Real Fans Real Talk. I know you guys, listen, we haven't had the bar, but the bar will be back next week for the Rifties. You know, you gotta have the bar at the award ceremony. So that's gonna be dope. So shout out to Ammo. Make sure y'all following her on Instagram as well. Ammo got so many Instagrams with Ammo Mixologist. I think she got it as right now. But if you do need a bartender, Ammo is definitely your girl. Anybody that could bartend on TV can definitely do it at your event, your bar, or wherever. So you might want to holler at Ammo about that. It's gonna be a good one though.
You know we ain't talk about Trip though, and I haven't seen anybody mention this, and I noticed this at the second press conference. This isn't Money Mayweather anymore.
Who is it?
This is Pretty Boy Floyd we seen.
It's back to Pretty Boy Floyd?
Yeah, because if you remember when he fought De La Hoya, he was coming in with the chains, a lot of jewelry, very arrogant. See, like right here, dancing in front of McGregor. This is Pretty Boy Floyd we watching. Because Money Mayweather's been very humble the last couple of years. This is Pretty Boy Floyd.
Well, you know what? I think later in his career, I mean, after a while, it's just nobody can touch him.
No, but I mean, you got to tell the people, for you at home that may not be familiar with his resume.
Yeah. I mean,
Pretty Boy Floyd was putting a beating on dudes.
He was, and
when he
that
switched
was when
up the money,
the power before the hands
started giving him a lot of problems.
Yeah, and that, that's what.
Then
it was.
he turned into money.
He turned to Money Mayweather, man. I mean, listen, I'm not mad at him, man. Listen, they haven't been able to come up with the formula yet, you know, and he's everybody along the way. He's beating them, and that's it. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. Oh man, I just want to see the fight right now. I just want to see it go down right now.
I wish the fight was tomorrow, right?
Word.
Like,
I just want to see this fight badly. Honestly, I want to see Mayweather just knock him out in the first round. Like that. That would really make my year if Mayweather knocks McGregor out in the first round.
nah, I want to see Floyd toy with him a little bit.
Okay, fine.
I want to see him toy with him,
give
and
me
then
3 rounds.
No, drag it out. Punish him into like the 8th or 9th round. Punish him.
Fine.
Punish him a little bit.
I just want to see him get knocked out because you know what it is, and this is the same reason I had an issue, with Ronda Rousey, when it's like, you gotta respect the sport of boxing.
Unless I'm bugging, I mean, maybe Conor got different shoes on. He looked a little taller yesterday against Floyd.
Yeah, he might have different shoes on today.
Maybe,
I mean, he didn't look that much taller. Maybe like another inch or two. But
he was a little taller yesterday.
Could be the shoes.
He ain't got his leprechaun heels on today. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Could have been the shoes. But yeah, you gotta have respect for the sport of boxing. And I don't, McGregor, Rousey, like you thinking that you're gonna come into the boxing world and beat the #1 boxer, it shows complete disrespect for the sport of boxing and the work that these guys put in for their craft.
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? Like if McGregor came in and fought, one of the mid-tier guys, maybe I'd be like, all right. But you coming in like you are really disrespecting the sport of boxing by acting like you're gonna come in and beat one of the greatest of all time in
just
his
because
sport.
you're showing up, yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't work that way.
I kind of relate this to, and it's not the same type of fighter because Conor is a great athlete, but it's kind of like when CM Punk thought I could just go to the UFC, and because I have a wrestling background, it don't work that way. These guys put in a lot of training, the amount of hours they put into this. Floyd is 20 years professionally. Yeah, that's now counting the 15 years amateur background.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like, Conor McGregor is the top dog right now, in the UFC.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But that's UFC. It's not boxing. Yeah, you might have somebody that's has good hands in the UFC, but we're gonna call a spade a spade. If you were that good at boxing, especially as money hungry as McGregor is, if you were that good a boxer, you'd be boxing already, because there's no money in UFC in comparison to boxing.
Yeah, not the big. Yeah, you don't get the same type of bread.
When you got guys, the mid-tier champions, like a Danny Garcia, those guys are getting $20 million to fight. McGregor is the top dog in UFC, and
his biggest purse was $3 million. That's his last fight.
He's still you get the pay-per-view money and all of that as well. But as far as his paycheck for the fight, it's not even close. So if you could really box that well, if you were really confident in your abilities as a boxer, you would have been boxing already. It's simple. Why am I taking kicks to the head if I'm really that nice at boxing and I know I can go get more money in a boxing arena? Why am I not doing that?
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
It's a faster rise to fame, and there's more money involved.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a lot of good UFC guys.
Great fighters.
I gotta say this because I know he's tuning in. Shout out to my man Leo. I know you watching at home. Big UFC fan, big McGregor fan, but he's a realist though. He said himself, he knows this isn't really McGregor's realm.
Yeah.
But
I respect.
He want to see a good fight though. He want to see a good fight.
I respect McGregor.
Shout out to my man
for coming over, because see, what Ronda Rousey was doing was talking about Mayweather coming over to MMA. Clearly. You know what I mean? We know you have a disadvantage. So
but it makes no sense though, because how you calling him out and then want him to come to your field?
Yeah, exactly. And that was
you got to go to his field.
So at least I give McGregor respect from that standpoint of he's calling him out and says, "I'll come and fight you in a boxing ring." Because clearly I know I would destroy you in the octagon. We all know that.
Yeah.
Because see, even if you're talking about making the transition from one to the other, it's easier to transition from the UFC and mixed martial arts to boxing because you only have to focus on
one skill
set, which is boxing. If Mayweather goes to the UFC, it ain't just about boxing. You gotta learn some kind of martial arts. You gotta learn grappling. Some kind of submission holds. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot harder to go from being a boxer,
training as a boxer your whole life, to now doing that.
To doing that.
Boxing is one aspect of MMA, and now you could just focus on that.
But most of the fighters in MMA, they just they don't focus on the boxing to the extent of an actual boxer.
Yeah.
So at least, but like I said, at least I give respect to McGregor for coming over to the boxing world, but he's still Looney Tunes if he thinks that he's gonna come in to this ring and beat up on the best ever, Floyd Money Mayweather. And yes, I'm down with the money team. Y'all know that already. But I mean, you gotta love it, man. It's good, man. You know what? Hey, some people got jobs that day. Everybody working the fight, they got jobs. People in the arenas, they got extra day at work that day.
Nah, absolutely.
So
I mean,
somebody got to check.
It's great for both sports. Again, because ultimately you have fans who are MMA people who are rooting for Conor. You have the boxing fans like us who are rooting for Floyd. But it's great for both sports. It's great for business.
Those fans, myself and Statman, we were in Boston watching McGregor Diaz 1. And we were in, I think it was Buffalo Wild Wings watching the fight. One of them places watching the fight. And it was packed out, with Irish Americans. And the fight started. Everybody was rah-rah McGregor.
Of course.
And when he got knocked down and beat down. He
got choked out. He didn't get knocked out.
Everybody just flipped and turned over to Diaz's side.
Yeah.
I was confused because at least, when we went to the Barclay for Deontay Wilder versus Arthur Spilker, and, there was, this is probably the most Polish people I've ever seen in my life in one place, but they were still rooting for Spilker even in the loss.
Even though, yeah.
These guys completely turned on McGregor after he got beat down, by Diaz. So I don't know, man. The fans can definitely be fickle, but I want to see this fight. I don't care, whatever. Some people you might call whatever disrespect to boxing, but I'm not worried about that.
Nah, I don't view it as a disrespect to boxing, as you and I spoke about before we came on air. I think this is great for business. I think it's great for both sides. I think these guys are really selling up the fight. There are a lot of talented guys over in the UFC who could box some decent guys. I'm not saying all those guys are ready to get in there with Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia and those guys, but there's some good guys over there who could transition over and merge the two worlds where we could see these type of pay-per-views.
Yeah,
and
more.
I think that's great.
This is going to open the door for that.
I think ultimately as a sports fan, that's great. We want to see the best athletes compete against the best athletes.
And they're gonna make so much money off of this fight. You really can't lose. It's still, at the end of the day, it's still entertainment. And it's not like McGregor is some average Joe off the street.
Oh no, of course he's got a following. He's got an impressive resume. He's got a following. But that's what I mean. There are guys over there that could probably do the same thing. Yeah, Jose Aldo is a good fighter.
Yeah.
Max Holloway's a good fighter. Those are guys that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
But if you could somehow merge the two worlds. That's big money.
And if they could say, all right, we're going to stop and now just focus on training and boxing, then and that's the thing. But not know, I just fought in UFC last year, and I'm going to train for these next 8 months to a year in boxing, and then I'm going to beat someone who's been in the sport for 20 years.
If LeBron told you right now, I'll give you a year to train, and I'll pay you $100 to pay me live on pay-per-view, would you do it?
To train
play him one-on-one.
In the NBA?
On an NBA court, one-on-one for $100 million.
How much is he? Oh, he's paying me $100 million? I'm in there.
So why are we knocking Conor for taking $100 million? Conor got a little time to train, and he getting the check.
I'm not knocking him for that. But
I never knock somebody getting to the check.
But my thing is, I'm not gonna call out LeBron.
Yeah, you would.
And say, yo, LeBron, I'm gonna smoke you on the court.
I would.
And then be like, yo, give me $100 million. First of all, you gotta have the clout to do that.
I would.
You can't just be the average Joe. Like, I'd have to be at least a street ball legend and be like, yo, I'll smoke LeBron on the court. He can't do nothing with me. And then if he challenges me for $100 million, I'm with it. Then I'm going.
I'm gonna tell you like this. My 2K skills would make me feel like if I get out there, I'm gonna do something. That's just how I feel on 2K. I'm just gonna tell you how it is.
Don't base real life off of what you can do in 2K.
You ain't seen my play on 2K. My play on 2K is nasty, so that's how I would feel.
But what I want you to understand, Eric, I don't want you to get your feelings hurt. Okay?
Nah.
I don't want you to go out there thinking
$100 million. I could never get my feelings hurt for $100 million. It wouldn't matter what happens. It's $100 million. I'm good money.
It's gonna be bad though. All right, if you try to face one of these guys. Based off of the strength of my player, may be at a 92 right now. Don't base real life off of 2K, man.
He nasty, though.
I'm telling you.
He nasty, though.
Right, but I'm just warning you. Don't base real life off of 2K. Hold on,
nasty.
really quick.
I got a sneaker deal. He nasty.
Make sure you guys are following us on all our social media. RealFansRealTalk.com is the website. Facebook.com/RealFansRealTalk. Twitter, Instagram @RealFanTalk. And subscribe to the YouTube channel, YouTube.com/For the Fans Productions. We got all the interviews up there. You know, we just had Don Shea Hopkins on from Power. So we got a couple of clips from that interview up there. The Math Hoffa interview is up there. Danny Jacobs, Deontay Wilder, John Starks, all these guys up there. So make sure you guys subscribe to that YouTube channel and just keep following us on all our social media, because we got a lot of things in store for you guys this year. We got a couple of heavy hitters coming up. We got a couple of Golden Gloves champs that's going to be joining us. Last year's Golden Glove champs winners. We got 2 that's going to be joining us soon on the set. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. We will be having eventually the cast from Respect Life, the cast from the Brooklyn Way. They'll be joining us at some point over the summer. I told you we're gonna have Freaky Zeke in the building, Dipset. So don't worry, we got a whole lot coming up this summer and going into the fall. And we also got Ballin' for Peace. The flag football game is coming up in August. And then, in September, we're out with our boxing family, Rington, New York. In the Bronx, they're over at the Marina Del Rey, again, with their annual awards dinner. And, that's when all of the boxing champions come out, past and present. They'll be out there for that. So that's where we'll be at in September. So make sure that you guys keep it locked. Verizon 44, BPN 2, Real Fans Real Talk every Thursday when we go live, 8 to 9 p.m. And we got Legend in 2 Games and Anthony Mason Jr. They got a web series that they started right now called Heat Check, and they talking about everything basketball. So if you guys haven't checked out the first episode, make sure you guys check that out. They got a couple episodes that'll be coming up soon. So we just out here working.
Grinding, man.
We're gonna get into the final thought segment because I know we running low on time. They're telling us we got to get off the air soon. So start it off.
No doubt. First and foremost, again, shout out Ladybug, Statman. They holding us down at the Barclays. Check me out on IG, Legend in 2 Games. Got a bunch of blogs up there as well as the site RealFansRealTalk.com. Keep tuning in, man. It's gonna be a busy summer, man.
You already, and again, like you said, shout out to the Statman and Ladybug, their own location over at the Barclays Center. It's big things going on, man. Real Fans Real Talk, and shout out to I gotta shout out everybody that watched the documentary already. I told you we hit 200,000 in 2 weeks. And Double XL just did a little piece on the documentary, so we moving in. So shout out to everybody that's been supporting it. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting Real Fans Real Talk. I gotta shout out the crew really quick. Love all you guys. We appreciate it. We can't do this without y'all. Shout out to everybody behind the cameras in the booth back there. Eagles still suck though, so just keep that in your mind, Cliff, when you say that. But we gonna get up out of here.
Yo, tune in next week. The Rifties.
You better, get your suit on. Get your suit
Yes,
ready.
sir.
Put your stepping out shoes on. If ladies, get your freakum dresses ready. The bar will be back. We're going to be back here suited and booted. We got some live performances. You know how I get for the Rifties. Told you Peyton Manning Lifetime Achievement Award. For myself, Trip Young, Legend in 2 Games, D. Barnes, who was with us earlier on the set.
He got
gonna
mad
holla at
'cause what
y'all
I said
next
about
week,
you,
man.
live.
We up out of here.
We out.
Check that press conference for a little while, man.
Half black. Yeah.
Diamonds, Trip Young and intern time for the white and black fans. Asia to Manhattan. I get all my facts from my bro Mark the Stats Man. If you're not tuned in, I recommend the CAT scan. And if your brain checks out, then you deserve a backhand. Sports, gossip, all the hot topics. RealFansRealTalk.com got it. They got the hottest bloggers.
Is Jeremy Lin hurt?
Well, log onto the site and you can hear it from them first. I'm talking about the latest. I'm talking about the greatest. Go check out the archives. Even tell a neighbor. Tell them Bobby sent ya. From spring to winter, tuning in should be the only thing on your agenda. Certified cosign, you know what I'm about, son. RealFansRealTalk.com, I'm out one. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, real talk. RealFansRealTalk.com. RealFansRealTalk.com. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, real talk. RealFansRealTalk.com. RealFansRealTalk.com.